Hey everybody, just wanted to give you a quick video. I wanted to show how many greens you could produce in a short time frame. This is probably about a 10-day turnaround from seed to harvest. So I'm going to harvest these today. And these are sunflowers and pea shoots. And these are two of my favorite. I do have a tray of greens going as well that are mixed salad, but I'm going to let those go longer. I just kind of want to see what they do. They could be harvested right now, but they're still fairly short, and I want to see how tall they'll get, maybe in about a 3-week period. But again, this is 10 days. You can see the height on these here. And they are beautiful. They've got some little tendrils on the top. Nice and green, and there's a ton of that in there. And then here you can see these are the sunflowers. Most of the hulls are off. There's a few that still have hulls. I'm just going to pick those off. But overall, these have come out really nicely. And they're one of my favorite. They're super crisp and they have a kind of a nutty flavor. They're just really delicious, so I'll mix those in. Now these you can use individually. You can mix these together and use them for a salad. We can use them in tacos. I chop up the pea shoots and I add them to my hash browns. There's just so many things you could do with them. You could dry all of this and make like a protein powder with the pea protein. We could add some moringa to it and just have a super healthy additive for smoothies. I walk around the whole family does, just picking the sunflower shoots and eating them just the way they are. But again, you can see in 10 days, this is only 2 trays. So if I had another tray, let's say, for example, of radish or broccoli, this would be enough greens dang near to go to probably last a good 10 days. So if you're doing 2 or 3 trays in a small space, maybe like these were done in the garage. These were done under a small grow light in the garage. These were done in the garage until they were ready to green up, then they were just set on the patio. So again, not using much space, but you could see if you were doing 3 trays, every 10 to 14 days, you'd have enough greens to last in between. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and harvest these. I just wanted to give you a quick video showing you how well these have done in a short period of time. It's about halfway. Final harvest. And now time for pea shoots. Boy, where to start? Okay, final harvest. I haven't weighed these, but I can tell you, there's a lot of greens here. Well, we got all done harvesting, and just wanted to show you this. That's our sunflower sprouts. And these are our pea sprouts. So I was just going to do a quick weigh. I wasn't originally, but I thought, let's just see what we get here. So I'll zero out my scale. These are pretty heavy. See if I can even fit them all in this little bowl. One of my goals with this is I want to try to ferment it. I want to make I make a sauerkraut slaw. It's apples, carrots, and cabbage that I lacto ferment into a real nice slaw. And I want to try that with these. I think that would be a nice mix. They're nice and firm. I think they'll ferment up real nicely, and I can mix in a little bit of the pea sprouts with them as well. You can see my bowl is definitely not big enough. So that's pretty much the bulk of it right there. I've got a little bit left, but that is 1 pound, 13.4 ounces. Again, there's a little bit more on the tray, not much, but a little bit more there, and I did eat just a little bit of it as well as part of a wrap for lunch. But that's over a pound, one tray. And as you can see, because of the size and the firmness, that's going to last a long time. So let's put these back. And just so you know, I don't know exactly what these go for in the grocery store. I saw microgreens yesterday that were in the grocery store nearby here. Those were just, I think, kale, and I think maybe some broccoli. And those were going for right around $1 an ounce. It was pretty sure it was a 4-ounce packet, very small packet, for $4. So again, 1 pound, 13 ounces right here. That's quite a tray. So let's take a look at these pea shoots and see. There's no way these are going to fit in here, but we'll get as much as we can on here. Now these are a lot lighter microgreen, so they're not going to have the weight. But our last batch, yeah, 1 pound, 3 ounces. So if I switch that over, so that's about 545 grams. Now, if you remember the previous video that I did, we got about 200 grams, maybe a little more than that out of that first batch. So I definitely seeded these heavier this time, and let them grow just a hair longer, and big difference. So one tray, you know, again, 552 grams. That's a lot of greens. So between the two of these, we have, you know, 2.5 pounds of greens. If I had a third tray, you can quickly see 3 pounds, almost 4 pounds, maybe depending on the green. Let's just say 3 pounds of greens out of 3 trays in 10 days. This is a lot of greens to eat. So what the heck am I going to do with it? So a couple things that we're going to do, we'll mix some of these together. We'll make a salad mix out of them. These are really crispy. These are not. The one thing I recommend with the peas, though, is take them and cut them maybe into thirds or in half. The long ones sometimes, just the texture and the, you know, how long they are, that bothers some people. So give them a chop. The sunflower seeds, leave them just the way they are. Mix them together. You can even mix them in if you have some radish greens. I have some mixed lettuce, microgreens I'll probably add to them. Or if you buy store-bought lettuce, which we do have a pack that we use for like wraps and things like that, we can mix that together to make a nice salad mix, and then we can add other things to it, you know, to make a salad. The other thing we'll do, we make wraps pretty frequently, and these work really well. They give it a nice crunch. Matter of fact, the wrap I just had for lunch had a combination of these and pea shoots in it, with a few other ingredients, and it works really, really well. The other thing, you can use them for soups. I'm going to try fermenting some of these. I'll do a small batch first just to see how it turns out. So I'll do some cabbage, some pea shoots, and some sunflowers. I'll add in a little of our basil that's grown on the patio, and I might keep it pretty simple. Just add the basil in and just see what I get out of it. So it's really, you know, really experiment, especially if you do lacto fermenting. Just experiment with it, have a little fun with it. If it doesn't work, you know, it's a little quart jar, so it's not that big of a deal. So experiment with it, have a little fun with it, and looks like I've got some work to do. So thanks for tuning in.